Hey guys, this here is the TARDIS I got from the market for $25, worth $100. Guy said it didn't work, and I fixed it. So technically I could sell it for $100, but I'm not going to sell it because it lights up. And does this. People are sleeping. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about long distance relationships. I am in one. I have been in one for about a year and 6 months. Probably a bit more than that. I don't know. I didn't really count it. I count the years, I just don't count the months. It's easier to remember the years. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my long distance relationship first before I tell you guys how to handle it. Because every situation is different. So if you see my situation isn't the same as yours, then these may not apply. But I'm pretty sure that all these things that I'm about to tell you will apply to any relationship, whether it's short distance or long distance, doesn't really matter. Okay, so I met my boyfriend Matthew online. He lives in England, I live in Australia. We've been dating for a year or so, almost 2 years, and haven't met. That's the catch to it. Every time I tell someone I got a boyfriend, they're like, "Oh my god, really?" And then I go, "We haven't met yet." And they don't get it. I don't get it. I can't explain it to anyone who asks me. But yeah, that's my situation. I haven't met him. He lives in England, which is miles away, kilometres away in Australian. So yeah, I'm going to start off and I'm going to tell you a couple tips that help me. So I'm going to share them with you. If you were in this situation or any other situation, it'll work. I'm pretty sure. You can adapt it. Okay. First thing you will need, have it all written down here so I don't forget. But yeah, first thing you will need is patience. Every relationship needs patience. You need to be able to be patient that the other person you're dating isn't going to understand a lot of the things that you do because you're both raised differently. Especially because in my situation, he's over in England, I'm in Australia. So my Australian upbringing is different to his English upbringing because of the different socially acceptable times, especially considering he was born a couple of years before I was. So we're both raised pretty differently. I was raised Christian, he wasn't, and not that I know of anyway. But yeah, so that those two things collide, and you will have disputes about that. But you got to be patient. You got to realize that they're not going to be the same as you. They're going to be different people. It's just, I think that's the hardest thing in a relationship is trying to mold two people together because you're not two of the same. You're two different people, and you both have different. You have similarities, and then you have differences. And I'm sorry about the messaging. That's my boyfriend just messaging me. Another thing you'll need is a positive outlook. There are going to be people, especially if you're in a long distance relationship, and in my situation, there's going to be people who are going to say it doesn't work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out. You're not going to like him when he comes over. All that kind of stuff. I've been told that stuff, and then I've been asked questions like, "How are you going to go if you can't stand him?" But in my situation, I've been dating him for a while, and I've been friends with him for longer. And so, if there's anything I didn't like about him, I would have found it out. And there are some things that annoy me, but they make him who he is. So another thing you will need is trust. And trust comes into a lot of relationships. Romantic relationships, friendships, all that kind of stuff needs trust. Trust is the basis of everything, really. If you don't have trust, you don't have a relationship. So you gotta trust that he's not out there with another girl. Because in my situation, I've been asked by people, they go, "How do you know he's not out with someone else?" So I don't know that. He could be. He very well could be. As could I. But I've got to trust that he's not. And he's got to trust that I'm not. Another one is feelings. You need to put your feelings out there. I know it makes you very vulnerable, but to tell him that you love him and to tell him that you miss him and that he's gorgeous or whatever, he needs to hear that. He needs that validation because you can't show it with actions because you're not there. You can't show it with body language. You have to show it with words. And I think that's what makes a long distance relationship so special, because you're able to tell them how you feel with words, and you're able to mold those words into body language. It's not exactly body language, it's kind of like verbal body language, if that makes sense. And another one is fight as least as possible. I know it's really hard because of the different time zones and not being able to talk a lot to each other, especially in my situation, because it's 2 a.m. where I am and it's dinner time where he is. And so that's going to create conflict, and you're not going to be able to see each other very much, especially when you're both working or when one of you is working. And so that's going to create tension, because he's going to miss you and you're going to miss him, and vice versa. And it's like that will come out in words, that'll come out, and you'll be snapping more than usual, and the other person's going to get upset about that, and you're going to fight. But try and keep that to the least possible velocity. So yeah, what I'm basically trying to say is try your hardest not to fight. If you're in a bad mood, tell him. If you've got that time of the month, tell him. I know it's gross, but just let him know. Just say, look, I got my thing, so I'm not gonna be right this week. That way he knows not to start anything. Because in my situation, we do fight quite a bit, but it's lessened at least. Because I've learnt, and I think he's learnt to be patient. And all the things that I just mentioned, trust, patience, and feelings, and all that kind of stuff, will result in less fights. So yeah, that's all the tips I got. If you guys got any more, please feel free to let me know. Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos of me. I'm going to go because my boyfriend's messaging me. He's on holidays at the moment, so we don't see each other very much. So any chance we get to see each other, he'll message me. So yeah, I gotta go and tend to that, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I got school in the morning. Alright, so I'll catch you guys later. See you next time. Bye!